Spiritual but not religious, SBNR, is a growing spiritual movement in the United States, and in many other parts of the world, where individuals identify as spiritual but do not subscribe to the structures, doctrines, or rituals of organized religion. The phrase encapsulates a broad range of beliefs and practices that focus on personal spirituality, connection to a higher power, or self-realization, without the need for traditional religious affiliations or institutions. Key characteristics of the SBNR movement: personalized spirituality. 1. SBNR individuals tend to create their own spiritual practices, drawing inspiration from multiple religious traditions, philosophies, and teachings. 2. There's a focus on self-exploration and personal experiences of the divine or the transcendent, rather than following prescribed religious rituals or dogma. 3. Practices may include meditation, mindfulness, prayer, in a non-traditional sense, journaling, energy work, or using tools like crystals, astrology, or tarot. Rejection of organized religion. 1. Many SBNR people have distanced themselves from traditional religious institutions due to perceived rigidity, dogmatism, or hypocrisy. 1. They may have been raised in religious communities but have felt disillusioned by what they saw as a disconnect between religious teachings and real-world ethics or actions. 2. There's often a critique of religious exclusivism, the idea that only one religion holds the truth and institutional authority, leading to a preference for more individualized or non-hierarchical spiritual practices. Embrace of inclusivity and pluralism. 1. SBNR tends to be more inclusive than traditional religions, embracing a variety of spiritual traditions and philosophies. 1. Many people who identify as SBNR see value in various religious and spiritual systems, such as Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, New Age thought, and indigenous practices. 2. There is often a sense that truth can be found in many places, and that each person's spiritual journey is unique. Focus on inner peace, self-improvement, and healing. 1. A central tenet of SBNR is personal growth, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. 1. Many individuals in this movement focus on self-healing, inner peace, and living an authentic, mindful life. 2. Mindfulness practices such as meditation, yoga, or journaling are common tools for connecting to one's inner self and to the divine or transcendent. Connection with nature and the cosmos. 1. Nature often plays a central role in SBNR practices. 1. Many people in this movement feel deeply connected to the earth, seeing nature as sacred or as a reflection of the divine. 2. Practices may include spending time in natural settings, observing the cycles of the seasons, or performing rituals that honor the earth or the universe. Non-dogmatic beliefs. 1. SBNR is inherently non-dogmatic, meaning there's no single set of rules, beliefs, or practices that all individuals must follow. 1. There is an emphasis on experience and personal connection to spirituality over adherence to a specific set of doctrines. 2. SBNR people might not believe in traditional concepts like sin, hell, or salvation, but instead focus on concepts like personal responsibility, interconnectedness, and mindfulness. Popular practices in the SBNR movement: meditation and mindfulness. 1. Practices like mindfulness meditation, vipassana, or guided meditations are common. 1. Meditation is often seen as a way to connect with one's higher self or the divine. 2. Mindfulness is often practiced in daily life, encouraging individuals to stay present in the moment, reduce stress, and cultivate inner peace. Yoga. 1. Yoga is not only seen as a physical exercise but also as a spiritual practice that helps align body, mind, and spirit. 1. Many SBNR individuals engage in yoga for its meditative and grounding qualities. Energy healing. 1. Practices like Reiki, chakra balancing, or crystal healing are common for those who see spirituality as a way of tapping into the unseen energies of the world for healing and growth. Astrology and divination. 1. Many SBNR people engage with astrology, tarot readings, or numerology, seeing these as tools for self-reflection or guidance. 2. Some use these practices to better understand their life's purpose, personality traits, or the energies they are working with. Intuition and inner wisdom. 1. There's often an emphasis on listening to one's own intuition, inner voice, or gut feelings as a source of wisdom. 2. Practices such as journaling, vision boards, and reflection are used to tap into this inner guidance. Interfaith exploration. 1. SBNR people may participate in or study multiple religious or spiritual traditions, blending aspects of Christianity, Buddhism, Native American spirituality, New Age concepts, and more. 2. There's an emphasis on learning from all paths without feeling bound by any single tradition. Reasons people identify as SBNR: disillusionment with organized religion. 1. Many people who identify as SBNR have distanced themselves from religious institutions due to negative experiences, such as hypocrisy, judgment, or a perceived disconnect between religious teachings and real-life values. 2. They may have grown disillusioned with doctrines that seem restrictive, exclusive, or outdated. Desire for personal freedom. 1. The SBNR movement often appeals to those who value personal freedom in their spiritual journey. 1. These individuals may feel stifled by dogma or the authority of religious leaders. 2. They appreciate the flexibility to explore different ideas and practices that resonate with their own experiences. Quest for authenticity and inner peace. 1. Many individuals seek a more authentic, meaningful connection with themselves and the world around them, without the pressure of conforming to a particular belief system. 2. The desire to cultivate inner peace and live a more mindful, present life drives many people to explore spirituality outside of religion. Interconnectedness and inclusivity. 1. The SBNR movement often resonates with those who embrace an inclusive worldview, recognizing that people from different cultures and religious backgrounds can share common truths. 2. There's a focus on the idea that all people are connected, regardless of their religious or cultural background. Criticism of the SBNR movement. While the SBNR movement has become a popular and liberating alternative to traditional religion, it's not without its critics. 1. Lack of community. Organized religions often offer a sense of community and belonging. 1. Critics argue that the individualistic nature of SBNR can lead to isolation and a lack of supportive, collective practices. 2. Superficiality, or spiritual consumerism. Some argue that SBNR can become a form of spiritual shopping, where people cherry-pick beliefs or practices without deep engagement or commitment, reducing spirituality to a superficial pursuit of comfort or self-help. 3. No clear ethical framework. Traditional religions often provide moral teachings or guidelines. 3. Critics suggest that SBNR lacks a clear ethical system, leaving individuals to rely on personal intuition or vague, self-defined principles. Conclusion: spiritual but not religious represents a shift toward more individualized and flexible spiritual practices in the United States, reflecting broader cultural trends toward personal empowerment, self-expression, and skepticism toward traditional authority. People who identify as SBNR often feel a deep connection to something greater than themselves, whether that's nature, the universe, or a higher consciousness, but they reject the rigid structures and dogmas of organized religion. The movement continues to grow, particularly among younger generations, as individuals seek meaning, inner peace, and authenticity on their own terms.